What's going on, family? Hey, this is day 3 of Mr. Knox Diaries, and I appreciate all those that are tuning in as we spend each day a little reflection on the day, trying to upload encouraging comments and encouraging content as we're inundated of all these different things that are happening as we are sheltering in place. But to give you encouragement, I appreciate those parents that continue to stay strong in teaching day in and day out, as well as those that are structuring devices, as we talked about yesterday. And I got some new things that include that I didn't get to share that I wanted to make sure that I say for everybody that's out there and continuing to engage in what we're talking about. Day 3. So continuing with the idea of structure, and as teachers, it's what we do daily. We say that if you plan, that it's not going to give you 100% success, but it's so much more successful than if you didn't plan. And that's what we say, that we structure everything that we do, that we put in a lot of preparation and time to make all these events come together into an engaging lesson, or all these things to come together to make the students' day go well, and to have them be successful in their learning. And so we structure all that. And so I encourage you, parents that are listening, that it's the same word that we used yesterday, to structure. Yesterday was all about the devices that we sent home, and Mr. Weeks and myself got to give out some more today. Another part of that structure component is your time. And I want you to think about that your days are numbered. My days are numbered. Of course, we remember Mr. Perry and the good things and great things that he did in our community. Kobe Bryant and others, even your family members, or those that you know over the course of your life that have passed. But consider that our days are numbered. Each one. That the breath that I take right now may be my last. That it might not get a second chance. That I might not get tomorrow. That today is all I have. Maybe. Well, and if you look at it that way, then how did I structure my time? What did I do with it? Did I use it for the good or for the bad, or did I screw up? And you guys, I really want to tell you that I really created this to talk about where I've failed. And I'm going to tell you, even just now, as I put the girls down and we're down late tonight, as many of you, I'm sure, are the kids are staying up later. Adults, we're staying up later. I mean, it just so happens that maybe that the situation is happening that direction. But my daughter walks in as I'm trying to look over the emails of the day and to get work done that I didn't get to, as I was at the building earlier today, and things that I needed to catch up on. And my daughter comes in and says, "Dad, can you read this prayer to me that I have written?" It's right up there on her headboard of her bed. And I'm like, "Honey, can't somebody else read it for you? Can't you get Addison, my oldest daughter, to read? Honey, I'm trying to do this right now." And then I thought about it, and then I've been planning on talking about structuring my time, and that may not get it back. So I stopped what I was doing to walk in there and to read what she had written, that actually her mom had written a while back, and it's a prayer that she has written there that she can't read. She just turned 5, but am I using my time as I should? You guys, this moment that we have right here has given us, many of us, more time. Being at home, sheltering in place, having family around, some encouraging things. I mean, I had people share photos of starting gardens and wanting and playing in socks down the hallway. I saw My daughters are doing tons of things with the neighbors and the neighborhood coming together. That I got to run with some guys, and this afternoon I got to a young man who's out of high school. He's not in high school, so I got to hang out with him. My next door neighbor today. He's not in high school right now, doing high school, doing classes, and so I got to spend time with him. His dad's in the hospital for just me in prayer for him. His dad just recently got diagnosed with colon cancer, and so I just realized like how important our time is, investing in each other, and that we get this time that thank goodness, by God's grace. But if we didn't have this time, then we wouldn't have had these events take place. So my question is, what are you doing with your time? What are some things that you get to do with your time? How are you intentionally making this time for good for your family? A friend of mine told me that all the puzzles are being bought up on Amazon. That you can't order puzzles. That there's good things coming out of this. That my wife and I are spending more time together. I was working 2 jobs, like many people that I know, just trying to make it, and now I get all this time. What are we doing with it? Our days are numbered. What are you doing with your time? And that's my thought. What are you doing with your time? Teachers, we structure our time. We have it planned out. We have transitions to go from subject to the next subject, that it goes from one to the next. We try to keep that seamless. We make sure we prepare for the day to make sure that the kids are successful. And it doesn't mean they're going to be 100%. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. We haven't run lessons that we've done before. We don't know how it's going to go. But we prepare, we plan, and that helps it be more successful. So tomorrow, what can you plan? What can you do? I had 15 minutes this afternoon. My daughter's asked me to ride a bike. My wife's telling me dinner's about to be on. And so, hey, 15 minutes, let's go ride a bike around the block. Let's do it. And it was a blast. They loved it. They loved it. What are we doing with our time that we may not get back, and another chance like this, or that our days are numbered? So feel free, on my Google Classroom page, feel free to type it down, write it down. What are some things that you're doing with your time? I'd love to see. I'd love for you to show pictures and things like that. What do you get to do with your time? I encourage you to use it for good. Use it for good. Hey, as always, Mr. Knox, thank you guys for being here tonight. Hey, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. Also want to say some things as well. You can join our page for our classroom. I entitled it Family Love. It's what you do. Love, it's what you do. And may we not just hear it, but do it. And may we live to please Him. You guys, what are you doing with your time? I'd love to know. Feel free. Let me know. You guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.